Good morning. This video is going to be about how to remove the flywheel on an outboard motor. The motor we're working on today is a early 90s 788 special. However, you can use this process for just about any outboard motor flywheel. What we're going to do is take off the cowl here and expose the flywheel. Alright, so here's your flywheel. You're going to want to do this if you're trying to diagnose a no spark situation in your outboard motor and you want to expose your stator. See if you have any burnt wires or anything like that. A couple other reasons why you'd want to as well. However, that's the main reason that I find myself removing flywheels. You can see that it's held on by one big nut right here. However, when you take this nut off, this flywheel is pressed onto the crankshaft. And so you can't just pop it off like you do a propeller. So they have these holes here that you can drill, or they have these drilled holes here so that you can put a puller on it. However, a puller is not necessary. There's a much easier way of getting this off. I'm going to show you guys how to do it. Alright, so this is my setup. I got my vice grips gripping onto the flywheel, and here I have my 18-inch breaker bar, and I've got the appropriate size socket. On this evinrude, 33mm fits really snug. So what we're going to do is just bust the nut loose, and that's the first step. Typically the 18-inch breaker bar is enough to do the job. There we go. Now the nut's loose. We're going to remove the vice grips, and we're going to loosen off the nut, but not all the way. We're just going to make it so that the nut is flush with the end of the shaft here. So you have just a little bit of space in between the big nut and the flywheel itself. Now it's on to step 2. Alright, this one's a two-hander, so I'm going to explain it before I do it. What we're going to want to do is take the other end of our breaker bar, put it underneath here, have just a little bit of lift. We're not going to try and pop it off with just this. We're just going to give a little bit of lift while we take our beater and we tap it on here. A couple things to know. First, keep your nut on so you don't ruin your threads up here. That can be a bitch. Second, watch where you put this thing. We have moving parts underneath here, especially electrical parts. See, this is your timing advance. That goes back and forth here, and that's a moving part. You don't want to hook that. Just hook the very edge of the flywheel. Now all we're trying to do is pop it off of where it's pressed on. So I'm going to give it a little bit of lift and a couple of beats. That's it. See how we're loose here? Now we can take this nut all the way off and just lift it right up. There's our nut. There's our flywheel. Under here we have a couple of different components. We got your stator, which produces spark and charges the battery. We got your timing advance thing here. So if you need to service any of those parts, this is where you find them. Now a couple of notes about putting the flywheel back on. You see right here we have a key. This key fits into the slot on the flywheel. Because the magnets on the flywheel are part of timing, that key needs to go directly in that slot. However, that key is not responsible for holding on the flywheel or for driving it or wherever. The flywheel is held to the crankshaft here by being pressed on and by the nut. So if this flywheel is too loose, even though you have your key in the right spot, the key will just be shorn off either by the starter motor or by movement of the motor or whatever, and you'll lose timing and your motor will stop. So that key, its only job is to help the flywheel down into the exact spot. It is held firm by being pressed onto this tapered shaft and by the nut. So now we're going to put it back on. Look down. Make sure you're getting it just the right spot. There you go. It'll seat. Give her a couple of taps. Vice grip's going back on. Thread my nut on. Away we go. This is definitely going to want to be torqued appropriately, and you can find your torque values in your repair manual. So now we're all done. Flywheel's back on. If you guys have any questions about this process, let me know.